So today, we revisit Supercross 1, probably everybody's favorite in the series to this day, and even GameStop give it a 4 out of 5. The games slowly have declined as they come out. 2 is probably a little bit less liked than 1, 3 was less liked than 2, etc. One of the funniest things about this game was the corpse launches. Whenever someone decided to ride like Jason Anderson or Justin Barcia, you would get absolutely sent to the fucking moon, or even if you just fell off the back of your bike, you'd still get sent to the moon. It kinda took away from the realism, but at the same time it always made for a good laugh, and it still does to this day. The only negative thing I have to say about Supercross 1 is it definitely produces the worst track of all time in any of these Supercross games. Can you guess what it is? Drumroll please. It's San Diego. San Diego, definitely the worst track out of any of Milestone's games. The track consists of triple after triple, double after double, and the worst whoop section I've ever seen. I know this track was on the real life calendar, but they should have just scrapped it and gotten rid of it. Back to the positives. Supercross 1, in my opinion, might be the best looking game that Milestone has produced. It is so gorgeous. It really does look damn fine. Even better than Johnny Sins, I might say. The lighting and everything is just so gorgeous, and it never gets old just to look at how nice everything looks. And my god, those lights are blinding. This is the one Milestone game that is super casual. You cannot play it for an entire year, come back to it, and still be pretty decent at it, pick it up pretty quickly. It's just super enjoyable. Me personally, I don't like to put a million hours into a game just to be decent at it or have fun with it. For some reason, this game has not entirely free whip physics and all of that, but it feels so damn light. It's pretty much like I'm riding around on a goddamn potato chip. Just something about it feels so light, so satisfying, doesn't feel too heavy at all. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I like it. You can carry a lot of speed in berms without actually sliding out like you do in the most recent Milestone games. So that's definitely pretty nice. You still slide out a little bit on flat corners, but it feels a lot more realistic and not as overdone. I didn't notice too much difference while using the clutch or the rear brake. I mainly just hammered on the front brake and turned. That's pretty much it. One reason why the game is so easy and so enjoyable. What's kind of funny but sad to say is Supercross 1 had the best whips or scrubs that Milestone has introduced to us in their games. Even though the scrubs were the same animation every time, you could get them to look pretty darn clean in this game. Something which you can't do in the most recent titles. But there is no in-air whip. It is just a scrub. They also feel pretty good as well. After coming back and playing Supercross 1, the first person in this game might honestly be my favorite in the entire series. Yes, the camera is a little bit too high, but when you turn your bike, you can actually see the front fender turning, not going the opposite direction as it is in some of the most recent games. Again, the camera position is a bit too high, but I also do like it. You can see everything around you, and it has a good flow to it. This is the one motocross game that first person for me doesn't seem to slow me down. I can honestly go the same pace or maybe even quicker at times depending on how I'm doing. The scrubs and whips look trash in first person as they pretty much always do in every one of these motocross games, and the goggle cam view is pretty much identical to first person, but it muffles the sound, which is a nice touch, and it also has the goggle view around the camera. Overall, first person in this game is pretty awesome. And also, if you touch left or right on the D-pad, you can look left or right, so it also again is a nice little detail and I enjoy it. The AI is honestly pretty trash, but there are again a couple tracks that they really excel at, especially Anaheim 2. Oh my god, they are fucking insanely quick at this track. However, the AI often just plow into you as if they don't even know you're there. They don't seem to avoid you at all. They always just smash into you, smash into all the hay bales. Overall, it's just kind of mayhem on the track with them around. You can have some good battles here and there, but like most of the other MXGP or Supercross games, they're kind of trash, but they had their few good tracks. Another funny thing with this game is that track editor is the best one in this series, which is a disappointment, but at the same time, again, it's funny because the track editor should be improving game after game, but sadly, it's honestly declined, especially after 2. What makes the track editor so good in this one, yes, there's no sand, but you can flip every single jump backwards or forward, and there's more options of jumps to choose from than in Supercross 3 and Supercross 4. You can make some incredible tracks on this game, and people are still creating tracks, especially on PC. I spent about 20 to 30 minutes making a quick little arena cross track, kinda had some fun with it, and I enjoyed it, so if you want to play it, there's the name. I wasn't able to find any online races or lobbies on Supercross 1 on the PC, so unfortunately I won't be covering that part of the game in this video, which is kind of unfortunate because I'm sure it could have been good. I haven't noticed too many exploits with this game. It seems like there's less in Supercross 1 than there is in Supercross 3 and 4, but again, there is a scrub or whip glitch, whatever you want to call it, where if you just do a half scrub, you stay insanely low, and it kind of slingshots you forward a tiny bit, so that's in the game, and my god, you can just absolutely plow through rhythm sections like it's Kimmy Granger. If you mess up a rhythm in this game, don't worry, you can just turn it into a set of whoops. So the last thing I can think about that really was not good in Supercross 1, and everyone probably agrees with me, as they should, because the whoops in this game on every single track were just so insanely small. I don't know what they were thinking when they finished the tracks and they just decided to leave the whoops like this. The reason why custom tracks are so much fun is because you can make some massive fucking whoops. You can actually make your number on your bike big and put it wherever you want. Unlike Supercross 4 and the most recent games, there seems to be a glitch where it won't let you move your number far up the number plate, and you kind of just have to fucking make it super tiny. But in Supercross 1, you can make it big and put it wherever you want. Not a huge deal, but it's a plus. Customization is the same as it's always been in Milestone games. Pretty much the last 9 or 10 motocross games Milestone has released, the customization has basically been identical. And again, in this one, it is the same. Lots of gear to choose from, great customization. Not a whole lot of number fonts again, but I do appreciate that you can make the number fonts on your plates big or small and put them wherever you want, like I said earlier. There's nothing too spectacular about customization. Like I said, it's been the same for so many games now. There's nothing new to it really at all. It's good though. I completely forgot the Monster Energy Cup was in Supercross 1. That's just how forgettable the track is. It's not an amazing track, the design's kinda alright I guess, but it was just not built right in the game. Pretty cookie cutter, as some people would put it, very one-lined. Not too fun. The only cool thing about it is the split lane start. You don't see that too much anymore, and that was pretty cool. And obviously the Joker lane, so that can kinda make for some fun races here and there. Other than that, the Monster Cup is kinda ass. The last thing I have to talk about in this Supercross 1 review is the compound. I have never played the compound up until I'm making this video because I completely forgot that the compound was released as DLC, so you had to pay about $5-6 for it, which was kind of stupid, but after playing the compound, I can say that this is probably Milestone's best compound, aside from MXGP3. The map is pretty big, there's one Supercross track which is fun, about a minute lap time, doesn't have too many different line choices, but it is pretty fun, and the design is decent. The national track is completely wide open, big ass jumps, wide open corners, it's insanely fun. I actually don't even think you can race the compound online, I'm not too sure about that, but yeah, the tracks are phenomenal. The atmosphere on the compound is pretty incredible. You're in like this abandoned desert kind of thing. So it kind of gives off the feel that there's 2 abandoned tracks there. There isn't too many landmarks or objects to explore. There is a barn and a shed kind of thing that you can drive around, but you can't go inside. And it won't let you jump into this area where there is a big barn. So that was a little unfortunate. Milestone usually has teased us in the past by putting shit on the outside and not letting us go to it. It's kind of the same thing here. There is a few hidden little ramps around the map that aren't in like the most amazing positions, but you can still launch off them and it's kind of fun. There's a few trails to ride around the map. Nothing too crazy, but they're not too bad. I do appreciate that around the outside of the map there was a fence instead of a large electronic barrier that just kind of got in the way and was not very pleasant to look at. It made the map feel more finished, and I did appreciate that. I'm sure you can find some decent launches on the compound. I accidentally found one myself, and I did enjoy my time playing it. I think I will go back and play it in the future for sure. But honestly though, I don't think it should be $5 or $6. That's just kind of ridiculous for one map. That probably should have been in the game at launch, but this compound proves that Milestone is capable of making decent tracks and maps when they have the time or when they put the effort into it. So overall, the compound is good, but it's definitely not worth $5 or $6. I think Supercross 1 might be my favorite game in the series. It's a close battle with Supercross 2, but that's for another video. I still get super excited coming back and playing this game. I still have lots of fun playing it. I never find myself getting truly bored. I think that's all I have to say about this game. Let me know what you think of the video down below. Hope you enjoyed, and take care.